Hello everyone. First of all, I want to say sorry to Luca Lezzerini because like my talk is kind of similar. Probably I brought something from the crypto environment instead of something from the past, because we learned before about distributism. That is something that I didn't even know about, but as you can see, the title is Parallel Society. That is exactly the same key word, parallel, as he said before. So let's start. This is like, I don't know, like my weak take on what are the main problem of society right now. And I think we all share many of these worries. For example, we have huge political crisis around the world, a lot of polarization, and also something that is really important, I think, it's the weak political agendas that we see all around. And I think that this is because the political agendas are not written because of like focusing on the long term, but they're just made to get more votes in the next election in the next few years. And then of course we have big wealth gaps. So yeah, like 97 world net wealth belongs to the top 30% of people. And then all of us, we all have unsustainable habits. Just living in our society, it means to have unsustainable habits. And this is something that I thought for a very long time. And I think that there are basically two ways in which we can tackle these problems. And the first one is by doing some happy the growth, meaning that we have basically to take whatever our lifestyle that we have now and simply reduce it. And we all start living like, I don't know, people from 100 years ago. They were maybe more than 100 years ago. And the other way that I think is quite promising is what I call collective prosperity. And in this way, the society objective is to offer cheap and high quality goods and services for everyone, but of course without compromising its individual well-being and the environment itself. And so my own experience with Happy the Growth started when I finished high school and I tried living a different lifestyle. And I spent a month in an eco-village in Canada, and then I joined the eco-village movement here in Italy that is called RIVE, Rete Italiana degli Ecovillaggi. And what I took out of this experience is that it's the healthiest way in which human can live, because in eco-villages people live together, people truly live in a way that we completely forgot how it is, because it's basically living with the community, but not like the community in front of a screen, but like with real people working together and living together every day. It's hard, but it's something that I truly think it's amazing. But the problem is most of the people are not ready for this lifestyle, and also I think that the lifestyle itself is a bit unsustainable. Why? It's not working. Ma non va neanche da qui. Okay, now we're back. So why I think this way is not sustainable? First of all, healthcare, global healthcare has huge costs, okay? So it's like more than 3 trillion every year. And if we want to raise this amount of money, we have somehow to produce more and to make more money move around, so that with the taxation we can achieve to take care of every one of us. And I think that this is something that we cannot compromise. We have to tackle healthcare somehow. And then also current organic food production. It's working because how we produce food today. So if we replace all of the junk food and like industry produced food with the organic food, then it's simply not sustainable. Like good food and good quality food, right now it's just for a few people that have enough money to have this kind of food, because right now, as it is right now, food production needs to change in order for everyone to have organic and local food. Okay, so let's go on with the other way. I think that there are several companies and non-profit organizations that are already tackling some of the biggest problem in our society, but they have a huge problem of raising funds. For example, Mercato Itinerante, it's an e-commerce that now it's based in Turin, and they do a lot of beautiful things. This is a startup, it's a private company, okay, but they focus on social reintegration projects with ex-convicts. They offer a well-paid job for deliveries, and they prevent shop owners to going completely online, because they truly believe that the soul of an Italian city lies in its local markets and in its local services and activities. But what is the problem? That no investors are interested in this project, because of course there are no big gains out of this. And again, I brought an example from the non-profit organization that are trying to solve huge problems, such as this organization from Govoni that is called Still I Rise, in which basically they offer top quality level education to vulnerable children all around the world. And again, probably they found their own way to support their work and what they do, but there are a lot of non-profit organizations that they struggle every day. So there is no magic rule to find a stability for this kind of organization. But this is very different for my job, for example. So I work in the Ethereum Foundation, and I work full-time on a public good. And I think that other people like me are in this room right now. And so basically what we do, we build public goods, and that's exactly what the other companies and organizations are doing right now. But we live in this ecosystem that is full of money because of several reasons, probably mostly because there are a lot of people that are obsessed with the meme coins, but that's good for us because we have money to build real good things. And these are examples of foundations that are giving money to these kind of public goods. And so I come from here, and my idea is, what if we apply the same concepts of raising funds in this way, like the Ethereum Foundation does, like Optimism does, like Gitcoin does, but to the real world? I think it's sleepy. Okay, and so here it comes, the idea. So basically, what I want to propose here, and this is not a project. I had to do a premise before. This is just an idea that I'm sharing here with you. And so I think that we can achieve something like the Ethereum funds or Gitcoin or Optimism funds by taking care of it ourselves. So, and in order to achieve a parallel society that takes care of these without funds project, I think we have to implement some new form of governance, some parallel taxation other than the one that we already pay to the state. We have to take advantage of immutable contracts, and we have, of course, to give the money that we raise to these services. Okay, so the basic flow for this proposal is, first of all, we start from taxation. So we simply grow funds by collecting taxes from every member. And then with a different form of governance, so not the standard democracy that we know, but maybe probably something like direct democracy or some holocratic form of governance. Then we decide how to distribute these funds, and we do not create new projects from scratch, but we finance projects that are already thriving, that not thriving, but they already exist, but they just need money to go on. And so we finance those projects, and we keep a part of this revenue. So like we become owner of a part of these companies. And when there are gains out of these projects, because the project grows, then we get a small personal return. And this is the small incentive that I think it's fundamental. So instead of giving my money to a bank or to some protocol just because I have some money and I want this money to I don't know, to stake them in some way, instead of doing that, I'm entering in this cycle in which my personal return is small, but what I know is that I contributed for big, like, ethical projects to grow and prosper. And again, something that I think is fundamental is that all the money that are exceeding are going to help to reduce the taxation needed in order to support this cycle, so that then new people can enter and new people can join, and at the end, all of these new services becomes exactly a parallel society that is for everyone. And something that I didn't mention is that all of this will be enforced by some smart contract, and here again it's how the blockchain can help in all of this, so that if a project is not maintaining its promises, or if someone wants to steal all the money, then a smart contract is enforcing that all of this flow is proceeding without any problem in the middle. And that's it for media. It was a short one. I forgot to mention that if you're interested in any way, this is just an empty Telegram group that I created. So if you want to join, let's discuss about it together over there.
Thank you, Marco. Is there any question from the public? Yes, we have one.
That's an old one, but still interesting, your opinion from a side. So this old quote, like, don't fix societal problem with technology. And what I've found that in many cases, whatever, it's a network state or a DAO, it doesn't matter, many attention is dedicated to sort of like how we transact and make decisions, but almost no decisions on how people make decisions, how they do collaborate, how the personalities involved, how the team dynamics move on here and there. And sort of it's interesting that the technicality is there because it's basically algorithmical thingies, but then way more complex system or how we collaborate is not that approached in the projects like that, for example. What's your opinion on like how you, not fix, but how you would approach social side of the whole parallel thingy?
Okay, so a hard question again. So from my personal experience, for example, we are currently working with other teams to manage our projects in a way that is totally independent from any other organization. And we decided, for example, to use the method of consensus. And I think that the social part of our teams, it works because we are like a small team, so we all know each other, and the community is very, yeah, we are all close to each other. And that's something that I didn't mention, but I think that these kind of parallel societies are not to be like, it's not going to be one parallel society that governs and fixes the problem of the world, but it's going to be like several small teams around the world that they care about their own local city or village or whatever. Maybe not 20, so maybe I'm not answering your question, but still I think the social part, if the group is not too large, can be handled.
I have a question. Here, me.
Ah.
Considering that, I mean, the low gain paradigm sometimes works. It works for certain kind of people that usually are not sociopaths. But if you had to apply this model, to a niche sector in order to make it scale, so let's take this model and let's verticalize it on one of the many verticals society has, considering the low gain, the low payback that one will have. What would be? Like, what is the first MVP that you would try to work this on? Local food?
Yeah, as I said before, it's, of course it's something that the parallel society needs to decide. Every parallel society needs to decide by themselves. But for me, one of the key focuses should be on like primary needs. So food, as I said, or education. Yeah, I think these are the most important services that we have to offer for everyone at a low price with a high quality.
Okay, but this is considering humans are a priority. Some people working for the environment, like many activists in Greenpeace, they are quite strong misanthropists. Maybe for right, maybe they're right, I don't know.
Yeah.
So if you want to give food to everyone, then you have to take this food. You wrote it that organic food is not scalable. So would it still be food, knowing that feeding everyone would deprive lands out of their ability to regenerate?
Yeah, I got what you mean.
Yeah.
So, as I said before, I think like choosing which project to finance, it will not be like a straightforward task, but I think it's something that needs a lot of research in advance. And for example, for that problem in particular about food and organic food not being sustainable, I think that there is still a lot of research going on. For example, I don't know, using vertical farming or aquaponics or all of these kind of technologies. And I think that if you raise money and you have enough money to do both research and then financing the right project, then it's something that it becomes feasible. Because then it's not just a guy here saying, yeah, I think that aquaponics, like, but you can actually pay someone that does a good research about the topic, and yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No, okay. Thanks a lot, Marco.